Do you ever feel like you just can't get it all done? Like it's too much. You are so tired. You are constantly burning out and it's just too much. Well, today I'm sharing some of the things that I do to avoid mom burnout, and I pray that they will help you too. If you're new, I'm Bianca, I'm one of the bosses. I teach wives to have intentional marriages, parents to have connected parenting, and have a faith like hope. So if that's what you're into, please subscribe and stick around. So there's lots of noises in the background today, and I'm really sorry. We are in renovation station. The owner has decided to replace all of our leaky ceilings and roofs, so I don't have a kitchen or a bedroom or a pantry. So it's been it's been a week, and this video really works. What I'm sharing today actually got me through this week, and taking my thoughts captive. Well, this week was not so bad. I really expected worse. So, all right. So I went through like serious bad postpartum rage around when my first child was about two years old, and I first thought something was extremely wrong with me, and then I figured out it was still postpartum hormones, like not balancing out in my life and my body. So I had to work through postpartum rage, and I did that by running to God. And I'll link the video up here of how I did that, which side. And then I created like this rhythm in my home that was so effective. The house was clean for weeks on end, and it was all working very well. And then I got my second baby, and all the systems went out the door, and nothing that I did before was working because things are very different with a newborn. And I did expect that, but I suddenly went into this nervous system dysfunction mode where I felt extremely overwhelmed and I just wanted to cry or scream and like run away, or I would just sit down in a ball and do nothing, procrastinate all day long. And then I had to work through that because that was a bit harder, I'd say, than the postpartum rage. But thankfully, prayerfully, I realized what was going on and that I was falling into this trap again. And it would turn into rage, definitely, if I continue to let it go. So I did catch it a lot faster than the first time around. So I'll link that video of how I overcame overwhelm as a mom. So today I'm going to tell you how to not burn out as a mom, because we are busy and we've got lots of hats, like hats. And we got to work through that. So this is what I do. First thing is Bible time is non-negotiable every day. Every morning, Bible time is non-negotiable. We're not allowed to do playtime or screen time or even homeschooling if the Bible time is not done. We don't even do like some of the chores before Bible time. So Bible time is non-negotiable. Whether that is fast or short is fine. Whether we have to listen to a podcast and play with blocks, or whether we read out of a Bible story book, or we read off the actual Bible, or whether we sing a song or pray long or pray short, it's non-negotiable. And because I've been like doing it constantly, the kids are used to it by now, and they actually listen and partake. Well, my baby Noah, he plays with all the pens and highlighters, so I constantly have to pick that up afterwards. Lara would listen with me and really ask questions, and I would explain the story, and it's really like such a fun time. So non-negotiable Bible time is helping you with your emotional load, your mental load, and to help you just set things right from the beginning of the day. Doing it with God instead of like squeezing Him in somewhere. Okay. The next thing is not very practical, but it was important to me, is to let go of perfection. I had to really work through this quite a few times during motherhood so far, and every time I get a little bit further, like I realize, oh, I still need to work on it a little bit more. So letting go of everything needs to go perfect, letting go of control it's not going to be the way I want it to be, but this is the season. So how can I find joy in that? How can I actually appreciate it? And how can I just breathe and let it go? Like drop it off and let it go. Instead of trying to think, oh, when am I ever going to get there? I don't want to wish this time away, this time of having kids, having fun, lots of toys, not getting a lot of things done. I don't want to wish it away. I want to be present. I want to connect with them. All right. So the next thing I do is a bit more practical. So firstly, I have only 3 main to-dos. Like I have a super long to-do list always. I love mental dumping, brain dumping, where you write everything down. But I have 3 main to-dos every single day. And usually that's one thing with the kids, one thing with work, and one thing in the home. Sometimes it's cooking, sometimes it's cleaning. Yes, I want to do other things too, and they're in the background, but I have to, like, this is my base, this is my priorities, and these 3 things must get done, no questions. If I can get this done, then usually there's time for more, or sometimes there's not, and that's okay. My 3 base things are done, and that's what I need to focus on. The next thing I do is I focus on cleaning one thing per day, like not chores. Chores is a rhythm, okay? So one thing a day would be floors or the bathroom, or even go as far as saying my one thing today is just the bathroom sink or just the toilet or just the bath or just dusting like 2 shelves. Like I pick one thing, and that one thing could be either a whole, like dusting the whole house or dusting one shelf. Depends on my time. And I no longer am in this routine of cleaning the house weekly, every single spot. It's just not realistic. So now I get to it when I get to it. So I look around, see what's the priority, and I go from there. And I just pick one thing that needs to be done the next day, and I plan my to-do list according to that. Okay, so I really get to everything at least, I'd say, once a month, and the main important things gets done a little bit more often, I'd say. So cleaning one thing a day is my cleaning method right now, and it's working. It's working. It's what I am mentally capable of handling. It's just what happens. And thankfully, my little girl is capable of helping a lot too, as well as my husband. The next thing that I do to avoid mom burnout is having systems and rhythms. I'm sure you've heard of this before. Instead of having a strict routine, which is something that I had to let go of when I learned to let go of perfection, is changing it into rhythms, systems and rhythms. So systems that work for themselves and rhythms that just flow, okay? Instead of saying like, I'm going to do chores, then exercise, then Bible time, I would say, okay, these 3 things happen in this block. The order doesn't matter. It's just a rhythm. Okay. So having like blocks of time, like this is the house block, this is the cooking block, and this is the kids playing block, and kind of creating a rhythm in that and an expectancy for them, but still being able to be flexible and be present when I need to be, especially when nap times and nurse times and none of those things are really predictable with the second child. They're just not in a strict routine like the first one. Okay. What also helps me with systems and rhythms is to plan things and then actually do them. So, for example, with this renovation, I knew that I was not going to have a kitchen. I knew that I was not going to have a bedroom. So I took out the most important things out of my bedroom, which does not include makeup and hair products and stuff like that. I took out clothes and, well, a bathroom stuff so that we could use the kids' bathroom. Then I planned meals that does not need a kitchen, and I prepped some things. Like I bought rotisserie chicken that was already cooked. I made lots of mince, like different types of mince. We made corn and quinoa, and I think that's all, only those 4 things. And I bought wraps and pizzas instead of making them from scratch, because I only have like one afternoon to prep. So I prepped everything on Sunday afternoon. We had to carry everything out over the weekend. So that would be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Like every single thing that is small and can be carried out, we carried out. It's not in the cabinets or closed, So we carried everything out over the weekend. We prepped for it. We planned for it. And I would just, in the morning before they come, quickly go to my fridge, which is still there. There's just constantly, like, it's a problem. It's a challenge to get into it. Anyway, so I go to the fridge, I get what I need for the day, or I do it after they leave at the end of the day for dinner. Like, get everything that I have for that lunch prepped, which is all corralled together, and take it to the playroom. That's where I'm putting dinner together, and it's mostly like salads or wraps or stuff like that, easy stuff. I had paper plates, but I did not realize that I don't have enough. So now I just have like 2 plates, 2 bowls, and 2 glasses and 2 cups, and I literally wash them in the bathroom sink to just keep it going because I can't access the dishwasher. So things like the containers that I store things in, I don't need that this week, so they go into the dishwasher and I'll wash it on the weekend. But having like plans and systems like that help me to not go into mom burnout, and I constantly have that throughout the day. So if you want more examples of that, leave me a comment down below and I'll definitely share more specific ones that you request. The next thing, we're almost done. The next thing that I do to avoid mom burnout is quiet time and outside time. I force myself and the kids to get outside at least once a day. I kind of have to force myself, but I'm not the type of mom that says like there's no bad weather. If the wind, we live on a plot. There's sand everywhere when the wind blows. So windy days is a no. Rain, I say it depends on how hard it rains and is it cold or not, And if we have electricity, because usually when it rains, we can't take a bath. But I try and force us to go outside at least once a day, minimum, because it's so good for your circadian rhythm. It's so good for kids that are getting angsty, taking them out, even if it's just like taking the baby and walking around the house once. He's just in a better mood after that. When Laura's jumping like Jack, we go out and she just runs around with the dogs and gets that energy out. It helps me breathe. And then quiet time. We have nap and quiet time once a day, like after lunch. And in quiet time, you're allowed to read. You're allowed to do something that brings you joy and peace, but it has to be quiet. No toys are allowed. So books, puzzles for the kids. And if they want, I'll put on music in the house, like instrumental, almost lullaby feeling music, and teddies. That's basically all you have, all you get to use in quiet time. And it's just like a strict rule and you get into the habit. So I force myself to take quiet time as well. I don't take the full 2 hours that I give the kids. And Noah also doesn't sleep the full 2 hours. He only sleeps 1 hour in that. So I put in like an hour of work, half an hour of quiet time for myself, where I do something that I enjoy. I read or I do some art or wow, it's loud, or drawing or something. And then the rest of the half hours usually spent and getting him down for a nap. I wanted to mention also that when I drink something or eat something, I have to sit down. I'm not allowed to drink coffee as I'm busy, because then it gets cold and I refuse to drink coffee cold if it's not iced coffee, okay? So I sit down. I sit down for that 5 minutes, whether I have kids on top of me, whether I have to record with feet kicking me, or whether I am eating with one hand or whatever, or making me, but I will sit down. Multitasking is the path to burnout. Like, avoid it like the plague, okay? One thing at a time. So the last thing is play first, schedule less. Okay, so whatever I want to do, if I need a moment, I have to play first and connect first, so that they either help kindly or more willingly or play independently, and I get a moment. And sometimes that's like 1 minute, sometimes that's 5 minutes, and sometimes I get like half an hour to an hour. So play first and then schedule less. That is really my key to, I get like, I allow one play date a week. We get one cultural and one sports extramural a week. We do, so sorry for the noise. We go to the shops one time a week, and that's it. Like, that's it. It's schedule less. We need space. We need to breathe. We need time together as a family. We need to be home if we want to take care of our home. And if I don't want to be constantly rushing from one place to the next, always rushing everyone and myself, then I need to create that schedule. I need to create that calendar and take control. No one is forcing me to do everything. I'm choosing to do everything or not do everything. Okay, so this is getting extremely noisy, so I'm going to log off. Thank you for watching. Let me know your comment down below which thing you're going to try out to avoid mom burnouts. And thank you for growing with us. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
When I just play a little and some stuff, so I don't know. So I have that's a bit noise, sorry, but my mom and I am doing some really fun stuff, and I love Tida's. Tida's maakt zo even nog. Dus even nog.
So is that how you are avoiding burnout?
Yeah. Great. and somehow I like to play in mud. You like to play in mud?
And water.
Water, mud.
That's trick. Mud and water, or outside always.
No. But I still have to play a lot. But body vacuum. This is a super big noise. But do you know I have a massive dragon? It's amper zo groot als de boom, but net een beetje kleiner. But zo groot als mijn mom. Hij is mooi groot. But okay, I hope you're enjoying this clip, and I love it. Goodbye. I love Orange.